Welcome back to the channel, and today I'm in Dublin visiting the Guinness Storehouse. This is the #1 attraction in Dublin, boasting over 1.5 million visitors a year. Is this a overrated tourist trap scam, or is it really worth the value? Well, let's take a step inside and go and see the history, the making and taste some of Dublin's finest Guinness. Follow me in and we'll show you around. The Guinness Storehouse has 7 floors. As you walk in and start on the ground floor, you are introduced to the story of Arthur Guinness and the ingredients water, barley, hops and yeast. You also hear the story about the 9,000-year lease that was signed for this place. As you continue on the ground floor, you take a deeper dive into the ingredients. Now this sounds boring, but they do it in such an interactive way, it's actually quite interesting, and you could really take a deep dive with all the information that is presented to you. It's bright, it's colourful, it's interactive, it's more than just a museum at this point. Once you understand a little bit of the history and the ingredients, you then move on to the first floor, which focuses on the craft and brewing process. You also get to see old machinery from when they first started out. Quality is important. You get to see even the levels of cask, and there's a lot of detail on how they cask. You can then go and watch a quality tasting video on how they achieve such quality each and every single time. One thing that's pretty insane so far on this is that it's so tranquil, the setting is. It's sort of making you fall in love with Guinness and the whole process. I mean, I'm stood behind me is yeast on the wall, and somehow they've made it tranquil, soft music, sweet, and it's sort of romanticising the Guinness. And then, realistically, when you think about it, it's a Guinness. But it's very clever how it does it though, because it's starting to make me crave a Guinness already at this early stage of the morning. Just waiting for the tasting room now. You don't have to book this. I think there is just slots every 15-20 minutes or something if you get in the queue. Let's see what the tasting room entails.
Now this is typically a fan favorite because the aromas that we get from this one are more dark. Even outside of the storehouse when you first walked in, that's because we do all of our roasting here on site. And the way that we roast our barley is the same way we would.
After a description of the Guinness and the smells, etc., you take your sample into the next room.
So folks, as you're coming in guys, just make sure you come all the way into the room, away from those doors. There's plenty of space, especially in the middle. Pick it back. Sound good? Perfect. 1, 2, 3.
Cilantro!
Now get a good mouthful of Guinness. Hold it in your mouth for about 3 seconds. You can swirl it around if you like. Then swallow and breathe out through your nose. As you do that, you might notice a couple of things. A bit of sweetness on the tip of your tongue from the esters. A rich coffee or chocolate flavor in the middle.
When you think about the Guinness Storehouse, it's basically a museum that encourages you to drink alcohol at 10:30 AM, and it's an accepted thing to do. And I'm definitely here for it, absolutely. Floor 2 complete. You've got the Arole, which is not open at the minute. That's where sort of they do Irish dancing. There's a bar inside of there. And then you've also got the Guinness tasting. Moving on to floor 3.
Original language, television ads have been created for Ireland. It's a love story, almost a postcard.
Up to level 4, and this is where you've got the Stouty Guinness making, the Guinness Academy and the Guinness Connoisseur. These are all additional packages you can buy over the standard ticket. We've got the Stouty one, which we're going to go into shortly. So this is where we're getting our picture taken for your pint. Got a proper photo shoot in here.
You can see it from the top.
Yeah, you can see it from the top. And that's how it's turned out. There's my little face. So after pretending to care about yeast, barley, hops and water for a good 45 minutes, we're now on the 4th floor with our photo on the picture, enjoying a fantastic Guinness. And this, let's face it, this is the bit you're all waiting for, aren't you?
So funny, isn't it? That's right.
Lovely. Now, this is the 4th floor on the Stouty package. We get your photo. We've still got a free Guinness for the Gravity Bar, which is another 2 floors higher. So when you compare a Dublin price Guinness, which is about €8-9 each, 18 euros worth of Guinness off your ticket. The ticket's really costing you about €12 really so far. Anyway, I'm gonna get stuck into my lovely fresh Guinness. Guinness finish with our face on. Now we're on the 5th floor, which I think is just bars and restaurants. So it's bars and restaurants. I think the next one now is going to be the Gravity Bar. So the 5th floor boasts restaurants and Arthur's Bar, and I've got to say it does smell fantastic up here. All the dishes are Guinness themed, obviously. Anyway, that's floor 5 complete. We didn't eat up here and we didn't have a drink in Arthur's Bar because it's time to now go to the very top of the building, which is Gravity Bar. Let's get up there and see what it's like. Wow. Oh wow. Guinness is around. Another Guinness on the Gravity Bar. You get your token on the way in. It is absolutely rammed. Bear in mind, listen, it's a Monday. Like, it's not even a event or anything, and it's absolutely heaving. Absolutely. Anyway, it's time to enjoy our second pint of Guinness with 360 panoramic views of Dublin. And I've got to say, it's a fantastic clear day to view the mountains ahead. Right then, we're in the Gravity Bar, finally got a seat. I'm going to split the G with the obligatory Guinness that you get here. So, it's time to split the G. Oh, hang on. This side's probably better. Oh no, it's one side. Right, we missed it. We drank too much. Anyway, I tried my very best, but look at appreciate the beautiful view behind me. This is what makes the Guinness tour worth it. An amazing pint with a spectacular view. You're simply the best. Better than all the rest. Right, that's the end of the tour in the Gravity Bar. Do I think it's worth it? Absolutely. The ticket we got with the Stouty ticket, you get a free pint on the 5th floor with your picture on it. Then you get a second pint on the 7th floor. And like I say, the Dublin price is around €8 a pint. That's covering 16 to 18 euros off easily. So for 30 euros ticket, is it worth it? Absolutely. I can see why this is a #1 tourist attraction in Dublin to do. Anyway, there's a few tips I would say. Get here as early as possible because it is absolutely heaving. Look, it's a random Monday and it's packed. We couldn't even get a seat here. We've got people in the group standing up. And any other tips? Just enjoy the Guinness. You can make this tour last 4 hours if you really want to read every bit of instruction. But let's be honest, right? We're all rushing through understanding the process and deep detail about yeast, barley and malt. And we're all running to the Gravity Bar and for the other bits where you can have a drink. Anyway, I'm going to enjoy the rest of this pretty view and my Guinness. I'm going to try have 3 more Guinnesses while I'm here before I head off out. Thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like, comment and subscribe. Sorry, I can't even get my words out. Cilantro. Genius marketing from the Guinness family and Guinness Corporation, making you have 3-4 pints, then come to the gift section, and everything just looks amazing. Every top just looks amazing. A quart as if, look at that. That would suit me down to the T.